Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in today's video, as you saw with the title of this video, we are going to be doing a little foundation routine situation. So yeah, basically I'm just going to be teaching you guys how I do my full face of makeup, including foundation, bronzer, contour, everything. I don't do foundation all the time, but when I do, these are the products I use, and I've been using them for about, I'd say in total like a year now, so I would definitely say that they're kind of my staples. So today's look is just going to be full glam, you know, including the foundation and all that. I also wanted to include a eye tutorial for you guys that isn't colorful this time, but is still, I would consider it full glam. And I know that my last look was kind of crazy, kind of funky, and a lot of people, that's not really in their comfort zone. But today I'm going to be working with more neutral colors, but we're still going full glam. So again, leave any recommendations below, and make sure to like this video and subscribe and click the bell down below if you want to be notified about my videos. And yeah, let's get into today's video. Okay, so we're going to start off by taking my Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer, and I'm just going to squeeze this into my clean hands. And I did also moisturize my face, of course. Gonna rub it in between my fingers to get it warmed up. And then I start kind of on my T-zone, so where my pores are typically, and then my nose, then a little bit up here my forehead. I definitely do think it helps my pores a little bit, and just kind of helps the foundation to not just soak into my skin, you know? Okay, now I'm going to grab my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation in the shade 120, and this is one of my favorite foundations ever. The consistency of it is quite matte, but it's also very buildable, which I like because I kind of like to start off with a lighter layer and then I kind of build up as I go. I just like to start off by pumping a little bit onto my actual face. I'm taking my damp Morphe beauty sponge. I dampened it under warm water, which basically just makes it grow 2 times its size and makes it kind of easier to blend with. I am just patting this into the skin on, again, the pointed side. I'm going in for my second layer now. And then on my neck. The reason why we do the neck is so that your neck and your face match up, because obviously your neck is not going to be the same shade as your face. I do think I need more of like a summer shade, but we make do. So now I'm going to be taking my concealer, and I like to use the Tarte Shape Tape. I know that Tarte has had some issues in the past, but I've had this for a long time, and it's what works for me, and I'm not willing to spend any money right now, so this is what I got. So I'm mainly just going in all of my highlight spots, so down the nose and down the center of the nose as well, usually on my Cupid's bow, and I'm going to do a line right under the eye right there, and then one going along the edge. Then I will kind of sculpt out my jawline using the concealer as well, helping it to get ready for the contour. Okay, so now I'm just going to blend that out with the tip of the Beauty Blender. So now that we're looking like a whole cake, we are going to set it because we're done with all the liquids. So now I'm going to be setting with my Hourglass Translucent Veil Setting Powder, and as you saw in the last video, I love this powder. It's so nice, especially for foundation. It's just very smoothing and soft, and it doesn't feel like you have a ton of powder on your face, but at the same time it does the job of any other powder. So I'm just taking this on the Morphe X Jaclyn Hill JH01 brush. I'm just going to begin setting the face. We're just going all over. This setting powder does not create any flashback so far that I know of. Again, I don't do foundation all the time, but when I do, it hasn't created any problems, and it's been really nice, and it's recommended by a lot of other beauty YouTubers. So now that we're all nice and set, I'm going to take my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and I have really loved this bronzer for about a year now, like I said, and it's just really nice. I can't find any other bronzer out there that is semi-affordable but also cruelty-free. I'm taking this on the JH02 brush. Similar to contour, I'm going to take it in the thirds. So pretend your face is a 3. So here's the top of the 3. This is the center. And then this is the bottom. So I like to really get my brush in that bronzer, especially because bronzer usually isn't too pigmented. I do kind of like to give the effect that my cheekbone is higher than it actually is. So I'm going to kind of go at an angle instead of you know, where my normal jawline goes, which is like right there. I'm gonna kind of go up. And then I like to go into my hairline. Yeah, I do kind of bring this a little bit even higher, almost like it's blush as well. Again, just to give the effect that my face is really nice and warm. So now one of my favorite parts, I'm going to be taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Palette, and I'm going to be dipping into these two shades right here. I like to kind of start off with the first shade, which is more of like a cool toned brown, and then I'll kind of dip into this as I go because it is a little bit warmer, but I do prefer the cooler look as far as contour goes. Like I said, with the bronzer, I do like to kind of go at a higher angle to give the effect that my jawline is 1, sharper, and 2, higher than it actually is. So again, I'm just kind of taking it just like this, and I'm going to start going gently side to side motions. Bam! She's pigmented. So what I like to do once I get my shape is I will just blend it out with that brush. Now I'm taking more of that shade on my forehead. Now I'm just using circular motions to blend that down. Again, like I said, we're going to be baking down here. You definitely don't want to bring it all the way up, you know? You want to kind of keep this area lighter, obviously. And I like to take it where I smile just so that it's kind of even more sculpted and snatched. Okay, now we're going to be doing the nose contour. So I'm going to take the same shade, and this is on the JH31 brush, and this is a really nice pointed brush. I kind of like to squint my nose like this, and I hate that look. I look like a Kardashian. I know. But it really does kind of help you to see where the bridge of your nose is. So I'm going to do that face, and I'm just going to kind of go along the bridges of my nose, and then go up to where my brow is. And as you can see, that's brown, clearly. But I'm just going to kind of keep blending, same as I did with my face contour. And then I'm kind of going down to create a bit of a button nose almost. Baking time. So I'm taking, again, my Hourglass setting powder, and I'm going to take the flat side this time. And I'm going to go along the contour, kind of going higher, because remember we created a higher line, so we need to have the bake going higher. And then I'll go along the smile lines. And if your contour is ever a little bit too harsh, like for instance right there, it's a little bit too brown, I'm going to take that setting powder and just lightly tap over it to diffuse the color. Now I'm going to take it again on the flat side, and we're going to bake around the nose area. And then I like to take a small pointed brush, doesn't matter what kind, and just put a little bit of baking powder on the tip of the nose and then on the bridge. So even though we're setted, I can still use P. Louise base. So I'm just going to put this on my eye just like that, and I'm just patting that in. And just like last time, I'm creating a line under the brow to really define it. So as we saw in my last video, I like to create a border on the outer edge of my eye just to create a nice area so the shadows kind of stay in a sharp line. I'm going to be dipping into my Jaclyn Hill #1 palette. Take the shade Pukey, I believe it's called. Girl. And I'm taking the Pukey shade on a Morphe M511. So I'm taking this on the outer edge. I'm going to start using side-to-side motions to bring it from the outer edge inwards. So a winged look will really elevate your look because you're kind of dragging your eye out, you know, giving you the dramatic effect. And I'm making the part right here a little bit higher for when we put our shadow right here. I'm going to be taking the shade Roxanne. Ooh, Roxanne. And I'm taking this on a Morphe M506. This is one of my favorite brushes for deepening looks and also for the lower lash line. And I'm going to start on the outer edge, just like here. And I'm going to kind of build it up on the lash line, just like this. Kind of almost like creating a wing right here. In the same shade again, and I'm kind of starting to bring it in. Again, we're trying to keep all of the lid space for the most part kind of almost empty, if you will, because we're trying to, again, create the bigger eye shape effect. Okay, so I'm taking my P. Louise base on the same brush as I did the JH41. I'm going to cut the crease. I'm just creating an open half cut crease, just like the other video. Just going along with the tip of the brush to smooth it out, and then kind of creating like a, almost like a butterfly wing, I would like to think of it as. I'm going to take that same pukey shade that we took in the beginning, and I'm going to put that on the lower lash line on the same M506 brush. Kind of want to blow it out more towards the outer part and then kind of bring it more tighten in towards the inner part. And I'll take the same deep shade we were using, and I like to kind of pinch the brush, and I'm just going to put that even closer towards the waterline. So now I'm taking my fluffy brush and I'm taking a matte white eyeshadow, and I'm going to pat that over the cut crease. So now I'm going to take my smaller brush and I'm just going to blend around the edges of that cut crease. You want it to kind of wing out, so you want this bottom part to be a little bit more in than the rest, so it kind of goes at a slant. Okay, so I'm going to be taking my staple, the Armed & Gorgeous palette, and again dipping into the VIP shade on the same JH41, and I'm just going to put this on my inner corner, and then I just kind of go crazy on my brow bone like you saw in the last video. I'm going to take my Kat Von D tattoo liner. This is one of my favorite eyeliners, and I'm just going to be creating a wing. So I start by just making a line along the outside of the eye, and then I'll kind of just bring it to the lash line, and then I'll draw the line along it. Alright, so now it is time to wipe away the baking powder. So then I like to go along the contour a little bit with the brush and just kind of blend so it doesn't look so harsh. So as we know, I'm going to take my favorite blush, the Milani Cosmetics blush in the shade Luminoso on my JH06, of course. I'm just going to smile as I apply this. Now I'm taking my Ofra X Nikkietutorials Glazed Donut Highlight, and I'm taking this on the same Jeffree Star X Morphe brush. And I'm just going to smile as I apply it. Ofra doesn't really need any help, but I'm still going to take my Anastasia loose highlight in the shade Snowflake on the same brush and just kind of go over that highlight to add some glitter on it. Okay, so I'm going to take the Jeffree Star liquid lipstick in the shade Unicorn Blood, and I'm going to take that on my Anastasia lip brush. I just want to use this as my lip liner. Now I'm going to take the shade Red Rum, which is just a very true blood red, hence the name. And I'm going to put this kind of in the center more so. And this is just like the classic Hollywood red lip. And now I'm just going to pair it with the Glossier Red Lip Gloss. She is a different person. Okay guys, so this is the completed look. Obviously this is a pretty bold lip and even a pretty bold look, but I really wanted to, again, show you guys my range and all that with my foundation and everything, and just give you guys some of my tips and everything. So I hope you got some educational bits from this, I guess. I hope I was able to make you smile. I know there's so much going on in our world, it's even hard to believe. But I just hope that my 13-minute video can help bring a smile to your face, or even just distract you for a second. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will of course have a post up on my Instagram of this look, and the details will also be below. Make sure to check out my other videos, of course, and subscribe if you're not already, and like this video please, and yeah, click the bell if you want to be notified about my videos. Thank you guys for watching. I love you all so much. See you on the next one. Jesus. Oh girl, did I just do something? Wait, seriously, did I just do something? Hold up. Did I just do something? Shut up. it's physically impossible for me not to be extra. So I'm sorry.